This is the human heart. Central to our physical body, our survival, revered by poets throughout history as the emotional center of our being. The place we instinctively touch when asked to point to ourselves. And now, what we have known intuitively is being understood scientifically. Researchers are unlocking a new science of the heart that could change everything we know about health and our interconnected nature. Coherence is a state of balance between heart, mind, and emotions, creating a favorable cascade of neural, hormonal, and biochemical events that benefit the entire body. But this phenomenon not only benefits us personally, it affects everything around us, emitting an electromagnetic field that can be measured up to 3 feet outside of the body. When you are in coherence, your heart resonates at the same frequency as the Earth's magnetic field. This frequency positively affects everything around you. When a group of people are in coherence together, this effect is magnified. Could communities synchronized in coherence lower violence, accelerate cooperation, and global harmony? This is the purpose of the Global Coherence Pulse. If we can measure the impact of thousands of people in coherence at the same time, it could lead to a breakthrough in understanding the full potential of the human heart. All you need to participate is your presence and your heart. To take it to the next level, join the research study by downloading the app and getting an HRV monitor to measure your personal coherence. The world needs it more than ever before. Each human heart is unique and magnificent by itself. But imagine what could be possible when we unify.
Line was open and I wanted to have it be clear, but somehow I disconnected my phone. Welcome everyone. Welcome to the Global Coherence Pulse for August 2025. Wow, what an incredible month this has been. We joined together on Global Coherence Day, which was the 1st of August. And then we joined together again during the 888 Lions Gate. We came together as a community. I think we had 250 people come together and open up to the energies that were coming in. I want to thank you all for your patience. We had to shift this event from last Saturday to this Saturday, and for all of the prayers that went out to support Skai and its family. He'll tell you some stories, a little bit about the fire and the power of the prayers that we had. I also want to say this is such a potent time on the planet right now. I think we're all feeling it, and we're entering into some big energetic moments throughout the end of the year. And I hope that you're noticing that the Global Coherence Pulse are also deepening. We're spending more time in the experience. We're spending more time in the meditation together. We're deepening into the field. And over this 5 years, we really have become an island of coherence in the sea of chaos. And I just want to thank you all, those of you that have just come for the first time today. And if you are new, please put your name in the chat and tell us you're new so we can welcome you. And if you've been with us over and over again, thank you, because what we're doing has an impact on the planet. So let's go to the next slide. Today, especially, I feel like we are going to move into a deep experience. And that's because we have with us Skai and Greg, who I'm going to introduce in a few minutes. But there's something about the combination that they're bringing together today to deepen our meditation that I think is going to help us really open up to that 0 point, that source energy inside of ourselves. So I hope that you all can just relax and open, allow yourself to be nourished today. Don't let your mind get in the way, but be present today. If you're present today, something potent will occur. So also, if you have the HeartMath app, it's a free app that you can download, the Global Coherence app. It's a partnership that we're doing with HeartMath, and we can track the quality of our coherence. And I'm going to ask, especially today, if you have the app, if you're wearing a sensor, if you're willing to put your finger on the camera sensor, which is free and part of this, towards the end of the call, let us know what registered today in this meditation that we're doing together. And also know that HeartMath is also tracking these pulses with their global sensors that are all around the world. So we'll get some feedback as well from those global sensors. And if you have headphones, I can see a lot of you are wearing headphones. Today's a really good day to do that because the music that Greg is going to be playing, the meditation that Skai is going to be taking on, being able to really immerse in that is going to be powerful. And you might want to have a notebook or a piece of paper or a pencil so that afterwards, if there's something that you want to ground afterwards and capture into some notes, have that available to yourself. So this would be a moment to grab those two things if you do. So I just want to take a minute for us all to center. I love looking at where we're all coming in from. We're all around the world. I see New Zealand and I see Australia and I see France and Belgium and Germany. I love that we're all around the world. And so let's just take a moment to be really present right where we are. Maybe place your hand on your heart and feel yourself breathing. Let's just take like 3 really deep cleansing breaths right now. With each breath, just feel yourself relaxing and centering into your heart. Feel the bottom of your feet and send a breath of love down into the earth. And feel that love flowing back to you. And open yourself up to the energy of the cosmos and the planetary alignments and the portals that are opening from the heavens, and allow yourself to open to that energy coming in today. And one more deep breath, and on the exhale, send your energy out to all of the people that are on this call today, all of the people who will be listening to this recording, and all of the people around the world whose hearts could use some love right now. Thank you for being such a beautiful and potent community of presence, resonance, and coherence. So I'm going to bring on Skai first. I want to introduce Skai. Skai, thank you so much for being here today with us and participating in the Global Coherence Pulse. Skai and I have been interacting now for a few months, and I feel like he's a very potent and powerful presence and has a very heart-centered mission to support humanity to connect in with ZeroPoint inside of themselves, and to do that individually and as a humanity. Many of you might not know, but Skai spent 3 years in silence, 1 year sitting for 4 hours a day or 23 hours a day in silence. The next year was walking, and the final year running. And he was really allowing himself to come into the presence of that source ZeroPoint inside of himself. So Skai, I'm really excited to have you here with us today, and excited that you brought Greg with us. So I'd love to bring Greg on. And Greg, I had your bio all up and ready to go, and it's gone. So I'm not going to go searching for it. But I just want to say this is my first meeting with Greg. We had a little bit of a test where we got to get a sense of his music. But what I sense from Greg is that he's been in the film industry. He's been down in LA. He's been writing music for television shows and for film. He's recently started to have this feeling like, I don't want to do what I'm doing for things that I don't care about. And so he's really been opening himself up to connect with communities like this, opportunities like this. And we'll learn some about his work later in the show. But Greg, thank you for coming and adding your energy today. And I think that's what we're all looking to do, right? We're all looking to take whatever gift God's given us, whatever gift that we feel passionate about, and apply it into the things that really make a difference on the planet. So Skai, Greg, take a minute to say hello, and then we'll begin this incredible journey that you have planned for us today.
I'll start. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Hi. Yeah, my name's Greg. I'll be brief. I'm grateful to be here. I've known Skai for a few years now. We really connected on a lot of different levels, and it's just a pleasure and an honor to work with them. So I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Teresa, for the beautiful introduction. Welcome, everyone. And thank you, Greg, also for being here. So yeah, Greg has been working on some of the most epic and famous composition like The Dark Knight, Alice in Wonderland, many movies like that. And he's now bringing his gift to conscious work. And for a long time, I didn't want to have music during my meditation. Many people told me you should have music. And I said, I'm not going to just play music for playing music because I think the energy was too important. And now with Greg, I find a partner where I feel, okay, this is really reinforcing and up-leveling basically what I do. So for me, it's a great gift to have a beautiful soul like that and talented, and to be able to work together. So thank you everyone. I'm going to introduce a few things before we start our journey. So let me share my screen. ZeroPoint. So ZeroPoint, it's a collective project that I've been birthing for now 24 years. And the goal is to anchor 250 million humans into the 0 point frequency by 2035. So that seems ambitious. For me, it's not just ambitious, it's necessary. It's not something that's going to happen by itself. No, we're going to be many involved. And I'm starting connecting with a lot of other leaders, influencers, activists, investors, a lot of beautiful people who have an honest desire, to change this planet. And the goal is to, when I mean 0 point, is to anchor people in that frequency where we feel peaceful, a deep sense of peace, and at the same time, a deep sense of power. Really the place from which we can create. And when I say create, it's really changing our reality, immediately or progressively. So I'm going to go briefly on my journey to tell you how I came, to this. So in 2001, I was in Paris, a business school graduate, not believing in any God at all. I had a powerful spiritual awakening when I started hearing a voice, guiding me very clearly. And I went on a long journey. I left everything and a long journey on transformation. In 2011, I started having a lot of visions of the future. I saw a pandemic. I saw wars after the pandemic. I saw the emergence of AI. As I may remind you, thing, I was not reading any, science or even conspiracy things. I was just channeling from the field. And I saw electromagnetic implants that would put into people and an artificial immortality that was created. So I gathered that in a movie at the time, a movie project, but Spirit told me to stop everything I was doing. I was about to do this movie. I had many people interested in Los Angeles. And I went into silence for 3 years to basically anchor myself into this field, to basically be able to develop the powers that will be able to go through these challenges. So I have developed basically since then, since 2015, different self-healing technologies that help people heal very rapidly from all type of disease, from cancer, stage 4, neuropathy, herpes, Crohn's disease, Lyme disease, long trauma abuses, surprisingly quick and surprisingly consistently as well. And so we've been creating a program with my wife, Suzanne, also, who's here, who's helped me to bring all of that into the world, not just be somebody in my own world working these techniques, but like having a real program. And so for 3 years now, we've been developing Potential, which help people anchor, not necessarily just even quickly, but steadily, and stay consistently into that frequency of peace. It's a long process. No one is perfect. We constantly bring, ourselves more into that feeling of peace and have challenges and go back to it. And the goal now is to expand this. And when I mean 0 Point, there are other techniques. It's not just my techniques. There are a lot of great healers, teachers, a lot of great people out there doing great things. But the goal of this project is really that people have a practice that works, a solid practice every day. Like every day you work on your energy, just like you're taking shower, and you start connecting to your energy until you feel you cannot be in anything else than that. If you start being chaotic or distorted, you come back to that, and you have the tools to come back to it. So that's what I mean, by staying in the 0 Point. So we're going to give you a few real-life examples, because recently we had some wildfire, very huge wildfire, 44,000 hectares, so that's close to 100,000 acres have been wiped out in central Portugal when we moved last year with my wife. And we had the opportunity to basically work, with these techniques, which can help to heal the body, but also access the elements, any type of consciousness. And the results have been really, really powerful. So I would like to have Yannick to share his experience, because he's been basically protecting his farm, from the fires. Can we have Yannick on the screen? Yes.
Hello,
We,
do you hear me?
yeah, we can hear you,
Okay.
Yannick.
Hi everyone. I use the double vote just to stay calm in my 0 Point, because around all people was with fear, and with the text I made like a first, because first fire, and I try to be in contact with the element, with the fire, to calm down, but I feel I can't. I prefer to use the wind to push and to protect, and the fire came close. It stopped around 2 kilometers, and after there was a second fire, and I said I have to do something different, and I use the double vortex again to stay in 0 Point, to be quiet, to be focused, and I ask to the archangel, and I put to each archangel in a radius of 10 kilometers, and I make a big dome, and I said, this is my kingdom. This is my kingdom, and I'm the king in my kingdom. And I ask to the wind to be my soldier and to protect the kingdom. And some friends said it's a time to move, but the wind changed again, and the wind pushed very far the fire, and after never came back, and we were protected by fire, by the wind. It protected us from the fire. Yes, this is what happened, and this I could do it because I use the double vortex first and the double pyramid after, to have more power and a big protection, and like this.
Thank you, Yannick. Thank you, my friend. So The pyramid, the crystallate is called. We're going to use that today, this technique to access future timeline. But what I want to show to you is that once you access this place, you can literally access any point in time and space, future, past, all the your cells, the elements, etc. And you can literally protect yourself. So why I wanted to share that is because meditation and true energy work is not just to be peaceful, etc. It gives power. It gives real power, and we need those, and we need to use them well, of course, like with responsibility. And so the same happened in our house. We had basically we live like an hour away. We had the fire coming. It was maybe 10 minutes, these large wildfires. It was about to wipe out our house. I left the house finally because it was then 5-10 minutes. I went up at a neighbor, and we had scheduled randomly with great synchronicity a meditation with our community, with some people from here as well. There were 44 people. So Suzanne, my wife, was leading the meditation. I couldn't really connect. It was, I think, at 3 p.m. So I stopped the connection and I started doing my vortex and protecting the land. And I prayed. I prayed. And I didn't see what happened because my eyes were closed. But Frederick, we won't have the time. I wanted him to share it, but I will share it for him. He basically told me that he saw there was a dark cloud with the fire progressing, and he saw a white column of light of like 80 meters opening like that, and the wind and the fire changing direction like 90 degrees. So it was coming straight there to our house, and it went down. Didn't hurt anyone because it's just wide land around us. So it went down, and died basically a bit down like that. And we had some Portuguese neighbors also, local people who were there, who saw that, who don't do anything, about energy work and meditation. And we say, wow, we want to learn that also because they have no really any way, like to protect themselves.
I'm here.
Yeah, it's okay, Frederick. We're just too short on time, but thank you. And so we realize that first it's important to teach people that, everywhere in the world, to realize that we have powers, and above all, if we do that collectively, because what Yannick did, alone on his side is very tiring. When you do that with different people, it's amplified. So we need to come together. We need to learn these techniques, and we need to realize that, we are not basically despondent, whatever is happening. So I just want to have Suzanne quickly sharing her experience as well, and then we're going to move to our meditation.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest lesson for me was we got many warnings when we were still located in Los Angeles, like even 1.5 years before the wildfires in LA became massive, like that we had to leave kind of. So we were a bit surprised 3 days before the wildfires here happened. I got a dream and it said, okay, it will burn probably your land. But then I think Skai and I really learned from all of this is that in this lifetime, we will experience natural disasters. It's almost inevitable, right? With the state of the world and the state, capitalism, all these things have brought to the world. However, what was this beautiful blessing in all of this is that it really these natural disasters, okay, they can catapult you into depression or in fear and anxiety. And I will not hide that I was at one point for sure a bit anxious. I was crying in our first meditation altogether because I knew that most likely our land would be wiped out. But we still decided, to do the meditation even though the fire was approaching us. However, what I learned is that when we have so much faith and when we transcend all these ideas of this is not possible, we cannot stop the flames, we cannot, when we transcend those things, really miracles are happening. And I was in Holland actually when it all happened. And Skai I was, of course, all the time on the phone, either with the bombeiros, the firemen, or with the neighbors, or with Skai. And Skai told me in the evening, he was going to sleep because one wildfire from the right was kind of deviated through that group call. However, then a new one was approaching with our next meditation, and it was still climbing up the hill. And Skai was just sitting there in front of it, doing the meditation. And even that evening, it was still going, the fire. And I told him, are you not going to sleep somewhere else? And he said, no, I told my guides that if I would be in danger, they will wake me up. And he slept the whole night. And I was like, yeah, I was just so in awe of like what faith and yeah, the power of like prayer can do. And even noticing myself that after I came back, there were still fires like around us, like small ones, tiny ones. But then I practiced. I just sent my energy with love, actually. That was like a key point, that you need to stay in that 0 point, connecting with the fire, the small flames, and the flames went out, you know? So everyone can do it. If Skai can do it, if Yannick can do it, and if I can do it, and yeah, everyone can do it. And that was like such a beautiful like learning experience, that we don't need to fear necessarily all these natural disasters, but that it's an opportunity like to expand our skills.
Thank
So
you, Suzanne. So as you see, we still, just coming out of the fire, so we still have a lot of energy. But for us, I thought it was important to share this. And it's not to say we've been working miracles. I don't care about that. It's to share we all have that inside of us. And we all have this power, and it has nothing to do with me spending years in silence. I just discovered what I could do. But Suzanne didn't spend years in silence, Yannick neither, and we have many people in the community who don't, and many other people not in this community who also have experience like that, when they can shut down a flame, protect a house, etc. Through prayer, through energy, through etc. So we're going to use that today, like to access the future timeline, to access the new Earth, to also clear our own field. It's the exact same technique that you can use for anything. So I will go really quickly now, because we want to start to show you what we're going to do, because some of you are not familiar. So I'm going to share again. So that I skip. So the 0 point energy field is the state where energy is at its original still point, like really quiet. But at the same time, it holds the highest potential. It's the state of creation, basically, when everything is at rest, but everything can be manifested. So that the state that we're going to enter, and that the state from which we want to live our life. So we're going to concentrate our energy to that divine point first, and then we're gonna expand it, to radiate. So you can do that directly, like I'm doing, like now, or you can use a vortex, counterclockwise to go to the center, and clockwise to expand. So don't worry about that. I will guide you, later on with all these things. So the different power, I will go quick on that, but accessing any point in time and space, meaning you can access your cells, you can access your body or someone else's souls. You need permission for that. The elements, the future, the past, you can remote view, and you can access information directly from the Akashic field. So it's limitless, literally, what you can do when you enter that state. So what we're going to use today is what Yannick was describing, what he used to protect this house. That same techniques is very good also for time traveling. And we're going to build 8 points, in the center, the 0 point, the west, the south, the north, the east, the earth. I will guide you. I will call certain energy, certain deities, certain forces. If they don't mean anything to you, just forget about it. Just notice the energy, because I will call them to do specific functions. One will be to protect us. One will be to give us discernment. So just focus on these energies that we're calling in. If they mean something for you, that we amplify basically your work. So we're going to enter that space, and I will guide you inside. So a word about the new Earth. The new Earth for me is not, a nice idea. It's something that already exists. It's a template. Basically, it's a creation. It's already there, and it's ready to be manifested, like everything, like Michelangelo, saying in the marble, the angel is already there. I'm just unlocking, what's impede the angels to really be there. It's the same with the new Earth. It's here, and what we're going to do is we're going to shun layers of obstruction, of distortion within our field, to uncover aspects of it. And by clearing these layers of distortion from our collective field, we're also going to smoothen and accelerate this timeline, meaning we're going to bring that closer to us. So that's the goal of this journey, and we will share our experiences. So collective intention setting. So we're going to take a minute to set a very strong and clear intention for what you want to experience during this journey, and also for what you want to give to the collective and to our Mother Earth. So last suggestion before we begin, be very gentle with yourself. Don't try to achieve something. Don't try to go somewhere. Don't try to meet your future self. Just be gentle. Be as calm, as still, and as much in a receiving position as possible. Don't be active. Just be receiving. That's very important. And also be very gentle with your mind, with your thoughts, with the distraction, with everything. Just bring love. Just bring gentleness. Do not react. Be very, very compassionate. Do not try to get results or to force anything. So we're going to close our eyes and begin our journey together. So we're going to take a deep, deep, deep breath in, and we're going to hold all that air, that gold into our lungs, our third eye, our heart, to build energy. And we're going to expel all the distraction, tensions, negativities, doubts, fears. Now we're going to be floating into a very nice turquoise liquid gold pool, like a very nice water, very crisp. And we're gently floating on the surface. Really relax. And all the thoughts, all the distraction again, all the doubts, the expectations, the excitements, anything that is not of peace and silence, we just let it slide through the water. And we start to gently be whirling counterclockwise. Like imagine a sort of funnel or vortex. Entering deeper. Deeper and deeper into silence, into peace. And we're going to connect from our deepest heart with the divine source of all creation, things and beings. To connect us to our deepest power, our deepest truth, our original template. We're going to connect still in that very center with the Christ force for deep empowerment, deep alignment with our mission, with our truth. And so we're bringing that vortex counterclockwise deep, deep at the center point in our heart, in our plexus, to concentrate the energy there. We're going to concentrate now, and later we will expand. Now we're going to rise above maybe 3, 5 meters, 10, 20 feet, as high as you feel comfortable. And we're going to create another vortex counterclockwise that we're going to bring to the point, connecting with Mother Kuan Yin, Mother of Compassion, connecting with Archangel Metatron for deep realignment, the sacred geometric template, connecting with the Arcturian's intelligence to reset our original blueprint of peace, of joy, of creation. And we're going to bring that vortex into a center point, very tight, very dense. And we're creating a first line between our heart and above our head. Now we're going to go into the north in front of us with Buddha Amitabha, Lord of Discernment, and Archangel Uriel, Archangel of Truth, for clear connection with our divine truth, deep alignment. And same, we're going to bring that to a very tight point, to the 0 point. Now we're going to go behind us in the south with Archangel Michael and Lord Shiva for protection, for guardianship. You can visualize an electric blue light to protect our feet from any intrusion, any negativities, any distortion during and after our journey, to reflect back any attempt to distort our peace. And bring whatever guide or forces you trust, and trust, have faith in your protection. Now we're going to go on our left to the west with Archangel Raphael, the healer. With the Pleiadians collective, our guides of creativity, of mission alignment as well, and love. And we're gonna bring a lot of healing energy, soothing, joyful, expansive, creative energy in our field with a nice green emerald light. And same, we're going to bring that force to a point, to the center point, 0 point, and condense the energy on the left. And feel the field building. We're doing amazing work together. Thank you. So now we're going to move to the east, to the right, with Archangel Gabriel, the messenger of God, with Osiris and Isis. And a nice violet light. Connect with the divinity to receive very clear channeling and guidance from our higher self, from the field. to restore as well our divine vision and hearing. So we can see and feel beautiful aspect of the earth. And same, we bring that to a tight point. So I've created our first pyramid upwards, very strong, solid toward the heavens. And now we're going to go downwards 10 meters. Archangel Azrael, angel of life and death, with our grandmother, sacred Gaia, our Mother Earth, to anchor into her field, into her womb, and align our frequencies with her heartbeat, the Schumann resonance. And we're going to connect deep inside the earth also with the dragon force for protection, solidity, indestructibility. And we bring this energy tight to the 0 point. Now we are creating our double pyramid, one of the strongest structure, sacred geometry structure. And we're going to create a large vortex around it to put us into a very nice protected bubble with Mother Mary, Mother Shakti, Mother Maya, Tonantzin, all the mothers, forces, protection, love, compassion, to connect all our fields together, close to 400. Let's connect now all our vortices, our crystallite pyramids together to amplify our field all around the world, creating a meta crystallite. Now we're moving back. Now that we all connected to the field, to each other, we're going to move back deeper in our center, in our plexus, in our heart space. And we're going to go in and in and in. And at each counterclockwise loop, you're going deeper towards the source. It's like we're entering the deepest layer of the universe, zooming toward God, toward the light, the original source. We're diving deep. And we're going to settle in that deep place of pure white light where it's just emerging, you know, behind us, beyond us, it's just pure dark, pure void. We're just at the center point with that light in our plexus, irradiating our deepest, deepest, deepest self. Floating there, levitating there. And we're going to connect, to call in our future self, like the highest, brightest version of ourselves. Just be completely open with what you see, what you hear, what you feel, what you think. Don't force anything. Like seeing ourselves in our highest glory. I'm going to ask to that beautiful self, what is the fear that our lower self is holding that impedes us to fully be in that state of bliss, that state of faith, that state of fearlessness? What is at the core? What is at the root? And we're just going to observe, like to circle that fear, to roam around it without judging, without forcing, embracing it with all our love and light.
Sky, can you unmute your line?
Was it just now or was it a while ago?
No, just now. Yeah.
Okay. So we gently pass into that light peace energy. And now we're going to expand our field and ask our future self, our higher self, God, Source, Mother, to show us the new earth, to show us our Mother in its highest beauty, when maybe enough of us have realized a state of peace, have shifted the frequency. Let's see, listen, feel. How does the heaven look like for us? It's different from everyone. It can be just peace. It can be nature, soft technologies. It can be arts, musics, friends. Just allow everything coming without judging, without looking for something big or small, new or old. Just being. How does it feel to live in harmony with the plants, the trees, the animals, the wind, fire, the earth, waters, our fellow human beings? How does it feel to live without judging, comparing, competing, fearing? And what is our gift? What is it that we're offering to this earth, to this heaven? The simplest, easiest thing that shine inside of us always, and shine even brighter now. And what are we receiving from others, from the earth, from life that we love so much? And now we're going to reconnect our 400 hearts and field into this heavenly timeline. And we're going to move our energy clockwise now from our center to expand the states of harmonies, of peace, of force, divine force. Going to expand our field together, creating a very intense white grid and as it grows and expands, it absorbs, pervades all the distortions, the disharmonies, from all the beings that have lost the center. It gently embraces it gently shifts, put back in order, restore, regenerate, cleanse, purify, without forcing, without overpowering. Just like a giant river of white light, crystal light. And all the obstructions, densities that you meet, you can use a gentle force, very gentle, just to correct, using we will to put back things into place. It can be in your body, it can be around you, it can be in your town, in your school, at your work. You can bring this light clockwise to whatever you feel you want to correct, to pacify, to harmonize in your relationship, in your life, in your body, in your world. Without forcing, from the deepest, most gentle, indisputable authority. And now we're going to make a commitment to ourselves and to the earth. What do we want to do, to focus on, or to give up? To live in that light, to practice that light, to follow our truth. And we're going to circle the energy of our vow in our heart to make it solid, compact, bringing it to the 0 point. And we're going to expand it clockwise again to be manifested, created into the world. And we're going to thank all the light forces, all the benevolent beings who've been guiding us, supporting us, and who do it every day. Thank you so much for your guidance, your protection, your wisdom, your warmth, your unconditional support and love. I'm going to thank everyone here today. It's 400 soldiers of light for choosing and practicing the truth together, for walking our way to peace, to love every day, for giving ourselves for our flaws, our limitations, which are just showing us where to go, where to transmit. And we're going to thank ourselves really, really deeply for everything we are, the part we like, the part we don't, the part we won't worship, the part we resent, everything, giving a deep, deep embrace to our whole being as it is. And by cherishing, embracing, forgiving, honoring this being in all it is every day, we're going to cherish, embrace, forgive, honor everyone around us, the earth around us, as it is, and only move from peace to more peace, from bliss to more bliss, for force to more force, for joy to more joy.
Be nice to take a minute now in this silence to write down anything if you'd like to record something or just to be present in your heart right now. Thank you for holding this community with so much love today. I could really feel you. I could really feel you feeling the power of community. You know, it's like we're starting to get like, whoa, we're a mighty force in this.
Yeah, I think this fire experience has been very, and that's what the fire does. It brings passion, it brings people together, it brings warmth, and it helped me really realize the power of people. Because I'm gonna be honest, I've been relying a lot on myself. That's when I went in silence and when I did all these crazy things, to transcend my limitation. Because my message was, well, you have to do it because you need really to help yourself. You cannot really rely, on anything else at the God within. And now I'm realizing that there's so many people everywhere, like rising up and everywhere, and in our community also the wall we've been creating together, the love also that we create, and even the people who I've never met who come into that field, immediately I can feel it. And so it's really it's quality and quantity. I think we really need to build deep quality, deep connection inside of ours, and at the same time connecting that with others. And that ripple effect is so viral, so contagious. And indeed, there is a lot of chaos today when nobody can deny that. But when you grow into that, and everywhere you go, you bring that everywhere, to whatever you do, you transcend. You see so much light arising that you become really mesmerized by the light, and the rest is, it's a tool basically to create more. It's not anymore the center of focus, and that's something that's beautiful to do together. Because my spiritual path has been lonely, and now it's a lot of people. So I'm very grateful to everyone, sincerely.
I could feel you feeling it. And Greg, so wonderful to have your live music and also the backtrack with birds, and just every moment I could feel like you following Skai and you attuning to the field and breathing with the music and supporting us to keep letting go. I know there were moments where I could feel the field kind of in a state of kind of like a little bit of tension, and then all of a sudden there'd be a sound and it would just open up. So I just want to like say thank you for your beautiful presence.
Thank you for saying that. And yeah, no, I appreciate that. That's it's an interesting experience doing the music, because it feels multi-layered for me, because I want to be here, but then there's technical things I have to do. So it's this dance of trying to be here and do the things. So I appreciate you saying that. Thank you.
Yeah, I definitely felt it. I was in that same state where, I need to welcome people in. People have been coming in the whole time, and also keeping an eye. For some reason, we have muting issues today, and just staying on top of that. And at the same time, the field was so potent that even if I needed to like step awake for a moment, I could go right back into the cradle of this community. So we want to spend a few minutes before we share with you about Skai's work and about Greg and about some fun things coming up. But if there's a few people from the community, I know you're sharing some in the chat and we can read some of that. But if there's a few people who just feel like, I'd really like to just speak into the space, what I experienced today, or I see Mary's been writing and Eve's been writing, and is there something that you feel would contribute to the community to share from that experience? And if you are, you can raise your hand and I'll invite you to unmute.
I think if we're gonna take a share, we want a camera.
Yeah, I see Amanda. Amanda, go ahead and unmute your line and give Michael just a minute to bring you in. There you go. Hello, beautiful Amanda. You're radiating right now.
Thank you so much. This is my first time.
Ah, yes.
First timer. And I want to say, I feel so wonderful, but it feels so good to this meditation together helped me to feel expansiveness. by being guided, I was to expand and expand. I recognize that I have been gripping and holding, and how I'm allowed, because I'm like, oh, that's my job, and I have to hold it up. I can just be expansive and do the same thing. And I've been wanting to connect with community more, and like you were saying, Skai, where you were feeling just so self-reliant, and it's time to really expand together. So this really helped me to tap into that. And now I know what it feels like. So I can just keep doing it because I have set the intention to connect so that we can all be so powerful together. And so that's what I want to say. And I'm wide open. I'm so wide open with tears and love and all the things. And so thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate you.
Thank you, Amanda.
Welcome, Amanda. We love having you. Keep
Thank
coming back.
Okay.
Beautiful. Let's see. I see Trisha. I'm going to invite you to unmute. Hello, beautiful.
Hello, beautiful. How are you?
Very good.
Wonderful. Hello, all. Peace and blessings and flow to everyone. So I just wanted to share my intention. And so just to kind of give a little bit of a background, I believe that we as human beings, and probably other shapes as well, but we're going to just talk about the human factor. But I believe that we are all the super hero self. And how that comes about and is birthed, my opinion, in my experience, is when the masculine and the feminine are now one. We then birth that Christ consciousness, that super hero self, our inner guru. So that's why I believe everyone has that potential, that we're all the super hero self. So my intention is to see the super hero self walking as powered embodied, living as love incarnate. So that was my intention for the world, globally, galactically, everyone. And then what I want out of this is I give my gifts. I've been saying every day, oh, I have gifts. I give them all to you, Source, to use as you will this day. So what I have embraced for myself, what I wrote down is I give my gift to be used in resonance as the super hero self, birthing love, peace, and flow wherever I am. So that's what I'm asking for me and everyone else. And that's just where I've been vibrating it as of late. So I call God, I've tried to limit all the names and labels, the empty fullness. And I heard the scientists say that there's more light in the what they call emptiness, the spaciousness, than the light that we're experiencing. So I've just been, whenever meditation or whatever, I'm just like, okay, I'm going right to the empty fullness, expand there out however you will. So we're all super heroes. We got this. Yes. And I'm so happy that the land was spared. Life is awesome. It is what it is. And we're going to just stay flowing. God bless you all.
Beautiful.
Thanks a lot, Trisha.
Omashar, let's bring you on. Looks like you need to unmute. Oops, I just muted you again. So one more time, Omashar.
Yeah, Skai and Greg, I felt I felt held in such tenderness, and I felt so present. And what really amazed me at this time was I could feel literally the whole group of us, the almost 400 around the world. And with that awareness in my consciousness, I felt myself expanded, but I felt the strength of our presence as one. And my motto, our motto is together we rise. And so I'm just thanking you for holding me in that precious, tender place. And I'm kind of patting myself on the back because I felt I left my individuality and felt us as a group working together. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Omashar.
Omashar is the house musician for the Awaken World Show and just continues to bring that love through. So thank you, Omashar. I'm glad you got nourished today. And Luke's joined your cohort. So Luke's been part of my community for a long time. Luke.
Yeah, so yes, I'm part of this community too, and I just want to thank for now Skai for this beautiful session together. It was so beautiful to be so many people around the world doing this. And just want to say how timely this approach you're bringing to the world, Skai, is. Welcome here for different reasons, but a lot of them are similar, I think, and it's to, clear up the remaining stuff we have to clear up and connect ever more to our divine being that we are. So, and to me, like one thing I want to get, because I started the session in July, early July, and to me, developing intuition more and more and more, so that it's one of my key pets. And anyway, that has a lot to offer, and it's a very simple approach. So thank you again, Sky, for receiving this and for sharing it to all these people. May you be blessed.
Thank you, Luc. One question, do you think your intuition is evolving?
Yes.
Yeah, you feel it more clear?
Yeah, communication is better.
Very good.
It
Yeah,
helps me with all the people.
That's because that's really one of the effect, of the vortex, the energy I work with. It clears your channel, actually. It not just only help your body heal, but a lot of people told me, oh, I'm so much connected to my guidance inside. And that's what helps, actually, because to me, that's the goal, is that we all are our own teachers. And we may need some teachers, at some point to help us get there. But the goal is really to have that connection there. You can use AI, you can use a teacher, a coach, a healer, your mother or whomever. But at the end of the day, the decision should come from inside. That should be the only deepest authority. And for me, that's really key in the work I'm doing to empower people in that. So we take people for 3 months and more to explore more stuff. But the goal is really to have that and to build this, because we are the technology, we are the guidance, we are all of that. So thank you,
Scott,
Luc.
this is a perfect opportunity for you to share your screen, and you want to share about your offerings. So why don't we do that?
Yeah.
Would it maybe be interesting to hear which people have been able to receive some downloads or insights from their future self? And I know we can go into details, but maybe put in the chat a 1 if you received any insights or any connection, or even like just a visual, an image of your future self, or any other like insightful information. And a 2 if that was not available in this moment. Maybe you were just floating in peace, which is also beautiful.
And also if you saw some aspect of the new earth, because some people sometimes see technology, some art, some different things. Yeah, please share into the chat, because we look after, we want to analyze also. We're working on a movie project around this. It's gonna be a docu-series where we want to collect people's visions and to create a tapestry of the future. So everything you can share, you've been experiencing, whether directly related to your future self or to the earth, we're very curious about it. We should have said that earlier. Thank you, Suzanne. So let me share now. We take Andrea. We take more question at the end again. Right now we're gonna move on with this. So what Luc was mentioning, the program he's been joining, it's called Potentia, and that's what we started 2 years ago. It's been refining. It's working really well. People have I'm impressed honestly by the amount of transformation, not just the healings of chronic disease, but how people feel so much joy, power, expand. It's beautiful to see. It's the 6th time we're doing it, and each time it's an amazement. And so now we have it also, it's a live cohort. We have it also an option as a self-paced program. And it's 3 steps, the core step to live a life. That's why I created that. You can do many things, but if you don't do that, these things not gonna have really the impact they can have. And so 1 is mastering yourself, 2nd, your relationship, and 3rd, your mission. So yourself is really what we have been doing it here, being aware of our fear, our blockages, and transmuting them and getting the tools for that, and having a very clear channel with your intuition. So that's where we work, and mastering your energy. The relationship, it's all relationship with the divine, with ourselves, with our lover, with our parents, with our family, our friends. clearing everything that's in the way, like clearing, detoxifying, and attracting the right things, through resonance, learning to bring through resonance what you want, because you feel clean, you know what you want, and you bring that in all your relationship with money, with work, with all these things. That's a very important one. And your mission, why are you here on earth? Because we all have a purpose, and it's very important to know that, to live a life aligned. And again, we help you channel this purpose, like we did a bit today. And like we go deeper, we repeat that to really clean basically the channel, so we know, and so we can implement basically what we want, to create in this life. So we do this program live, and we do it also on your own pace. With this program, you have 1 year access to a community. So we have every month we have two live sessions with Susan and I. There's like powerful transmission, and we share a lot of things. This yesterday it was again amazing, and then you can add some sessions also with me, with Susan, and with Marie, who's another powerful healer from Quebec, another angel. And so for that, if some of you are interested, to go deeper into this, you can book a discovery call. I think Suzanne is going to share it into the chat. It's on our website also. And we discuss with you. We see if it's a fit. We don't sell stuff to sell stuff. We want people who are gonna really transform. And if it's a fit, we have different options. And yeah, that's the main thing I wanted to share with you. And I think
If I can add one brief thing, Sky, what I really love about the tools that mainly you developed is that there are like many tools, yes, but what I like is that there is so much space actually to download your own like methods, ideas, and to actually what you're doing is basically empower everyone to find that inner guide and that intuition and strengthen that intuition. I think that's truly kind of unique. It's the same thing as how Yannick was sharing in the beginning, like with the wildfire, how he intuitively knew what to do, when the fire was approaching his house. And there was a part of like claiming, commanding what was his, right? He was using the double vortex, he was using his guides. And that's what I think is truly unique, that the 0 point allows people to gain that deeper access to their own inner guidance.
Yeah, to develop new powers. I'm always amazed by what people do. This tool is very simple. It helps you access your center. And for instance, Yannick, he told me he was taking the flame down. I would have never thought about that. I've been working with the wind for a long time. That's why I'm familiar with working with the weather. At the beginning, I thought it was a coincidence. And then when you repeat the coincidence all the time, it becomes, a process. But I would never have the idea to do that. And his fire started earlier. So when it came my turn, the second day when the flame was trying to enter, not the huge fire, we did that collectively. But then I was like alone with the fireman, and the fireman could only put water, but I could stop the flame and and the wind. And I got that from him. So we all have that reservoir, of genius, inside of us. And to me, that's really the goal of that, is activate this genius so we can share, all of that. And I really mean it when you think we all have very deep gifts, and they've been kind of locked. There is a very clever system that conditions us to be limited beings. And when you start basically to opening that, it's impressive. And now we're really reaching that age of miracles, because as much as you change things inside of you, they start changing outside. As within, so without. That's one of the main hermetic laws. So when you transform yourself, and when you start accessing your power on your body, on yourself, you start accessing power outside as well, because there's not really any difference. So that's what I wanted to say.
There's also, I put the other link in the chat too, to your double vortex meditation, which you offer for free. People sign up on your email list. So that link is also in the chat. And that way you can practice the double vortex yourself and use it all the time. And the more you do it, the more you really can start to tune in and trust that impulse at the 0 point, and allow your life to start to unfold from there. So thank you, Skai.
Yeah, that's the best way. We have a lot of tools, but like today it's more complex to do special works, but the vortex is so simple. And when I was working on the wind, I would just use that. Basically, I would take the flame down counterclockwise and they would decrease. So it's simple. That's the beauty of this technique.
Yeah. And if you join the community, there's lots of meditations in there, recordings, like there's lots of resources to share. So I want to also share about Greg. Let's bring Greg on, and we've been putting some links in the chat. And Greg, I'm so excited. I love when somebody finds that the universe is telling them to move in a direction that's different from where they've been, but is taking everything that you feel inside of yourself and you've cultivated into a direction that's like about dominant resonance. I love it. So you want to share about your 3 sites? We'll go through them.
Sure. So yeah, this is a site that's, just in progress. It tells a little bit about me and what I'm up to. You know, I come from the film and TV world. I've always had, well, not always, for about 20 years or so, a practice, with varying degrees of commitment. But then about 5 years ago, I got involved with a startup company called Heal, and we're building these immersive sound meditation pods and that integrate with traditional therapy. So we're bringing these into recovery centers. We just signed a contract with the juvenile hall up in San Luis Obispo County, which we're really excited about bringing this to the youth. And yeah, it's the power, just using the power of sound, specifically with the pod. It's also vibrations. There's transducers built in, so you get this kind of full immersive kind of sound bath experience. We build in courses and stuff. And then, yeah, so I've been working on that.
Wow,
I also do.
What a cool thing.
Yeah, it's been really, it's been a long time coming, but I feel like we're really starting to get some legitimate traction with it, which is exciting.
Right.
And then, yeah, then I do some work. I try and bring this sound work into the recovery space as well. Work with people with addiction and mental health issues. Yeah, just building, visualizations and mantras and affirmations and, kind of their own personal soundtrack. I work with them in the studio. Obviously some of them are interested in, in the recording space. So, yeah, so it's been an exciting past couple of years. And then, to be able to do this with Skai in the live setting has been growth for me, because I'm a studio guy. I'm no windows. I'm in here for 12 hours a day by myself. So to be able to kind of take this next level and do it in this fashion has been growth for me as well, and exciting. I'll share one more thing if I could. I don't know if anyone's in the Los Angeles area. Let me see if I can grab this link.
Yeah.
I work with this wonderful teacher. She created this experience called Kunda dance, and it's like an aerobic. It incorporates Tai Chi and Kundalini movements, and it goes through the chakras. And we're doing a live experience of that in Studio City on the 7th. So
great, put a link in the chat for sure.
Yeah.
And I always include all the links, you guys, in the email when you get the recording. It's always included in the replay on our YouTube channel. You can always come back if you're like, oh gosh, I just had this feeling I needed to, connect with Skai and I didn't save that link. You'll know that you'll always have access to those, because we want to make sure that right now, especially, that we find the communities and the spaces and the practices and things that will most support us right now to anchor in this awareness, to embody this love, and to share it out. And in the connection field, in the Global Coherence Pulse, we're launching into a 5-portal experience that we're calling Catapult. Because right now, August, September, October, November, all the way to January is a huge doorway for us to integrate what's happening. So we're going to be having an event every single month, and each one represents a choice. The choice to release, the choice to remember, the choice to embody, the choice to align, and the choice to emerge. And so in the early part of the month, we'll have one of these events with ritual and music and all kinds of wonderful experiences. Then we'll have our pulse in the middle of the time. And then we'll also have our community connection calls. So join in right now. Like, don't be alone. Like Amanda, your first time here is like, there's so much good happening that supports us. And you can join our email list. You can join the community for free. Or if you want to take leadership and actually work the field with co-mentoring, you can do that. So I'll put that last link in the chat. And I know we've gone just over, so I want to bring Skai back in. And Susan, I'm glad you're there too. I'm glad. Thanks, Michael, for bringing her in. And I just wondered if each of you would like to just share some closing comments to the field before we go today. Do you want to start, Susan?
Yeah, I would like to take a moment maybe all to keep sending a bit of energy to all the elements on the earth that are out of balance, and maybe with a special attention to all the wildfires around the world. So let's maybe close our eyes.
And special attention to Portugal also right now, because we live in a beautiful portal and randomly it's burning.
So please take a moment to visualize those clouds emerging above all the wildfires everywhere on the planet, especially now also in central Portugal. Just merge your consciousness with those clouds and see the water effortlessly going down, soothing the flames, soothing the fire in all of our fast-paced worlds, and thanking the waters, the wind spirits, asking for the right attunement to what the fire needs to temper its flames. And just see the earth's ability to master those flames, to bring them down, to absorb them. And let's visualize one like golden circle of protection around all the natural preserves, all the native trees everywhere around the world, the natural parks. See our diversity being protected. And see all the people who are dealing with natural disasters being empowered, being creative, being inventive, transcending any limitations that are needed to come out of all of this in more unity and more connection. Thank you. Thank you for everyone joining.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes, Skai.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Suzanne. And yeah, I wanted to thank also of all the women actually in the world, because through my wife, I have been able to come back from 22 years of intense transcendence, and transformation, and bring them into the ground, into the mother. And in just a couple of years, everything has been flipping. And I've discovered what is really the feminine force, because we are in a world where the male force, and I'm an example, yeah, you can transcend, and it's great. We need that also, like going through your boundaries, like not stopping, resilience, all of this. It's a very necessary force, but that's so much more valued that the gentle feminine force we can have like equal or even higher powers, in certain circumstances. And so for me, it's been very edifying to see that, so through my wife, and through now the women coming to my life, like Teresa, who's an angel, who's helping us to develop our communities. My assistant Thais, and Lizzie. I'm like blessed with so many wonderful women, and I'm discovering this force. In my life, I didn't see so much good example of that. I would label it as a bit softy, and gentle, and with my French judgment mind. And now it has really completely shifted, like within myself. So we all have different gifts, and we all have, as Trisha was saying, a male side and a female side, and we need to work on both sides to harmonize them within ourselves. And when we do that with the right partner, also with a truly divine partner, it amplifies that. So I'm very, very grateful to all of you, and to all the brothers like Greg, also all the wonderful men who are also choosing the light and doing the work. We're still in a minority in this room, but there is a good 20-30%. And it's also amazing to see, yeah, a true male becoming strong and having the gentleness at the same time. And my last word is about authenticity. When you do work, that's what I realized with this fire again, you have to really commend it, because you have a lot of practices when you learn to manifest, and dream and this and that, and nothing happens much or sometimes. But we have a power which can really create things immediately. I saw that when I was working with the flame. I was doing my vortex, but it's not the vortex with my man. I was saying, go down, go down, go down. And they would go down like that. And at night, I had a neighbor, he said, oh, I have chills. It's like I was doing magic. And I realized, how come I could do that? Because I cannot do that with a candle, because I don't care to make the candle move. Like I have never done this type of thing, bending spoon, etc. But with a friend coming onto my land, wow, it's different because my heart is activated and I really want it. And that's when I realized even more how our power of authenticity, we're not just here, we're here to play a game, the game of life, but it's a real game. And when you meditate and when you do whatever you're doing it for real. And if you want your boundaries to be respected, as a woman or as a man, it's the same thing. It doesn't have to be forceful, but it has to be very firm. And if you want to heal your body, it's the same. You command yourself because you are the queen and the king inside, and you have this power. And so you have authority. And that's really important because that's what's been taken away from us, or that's what we've been given away, to speak more in empowering terms. So we need to take it back and use that command. So don't try to meditate, don't try energy work, don't try breath work, just do it. And that's the complete difference. And if you can't do it, ask yourself why.
And Sky, I think it's also that fine balance, right? To have that command and that firmness, but at the same time that it comes, truly from that like deep peace, that heart state or the 0 point. Because I was trying with the flames, and in the beginning I was really into my heart space, and it would go down and then it came back again. And I noticed like it is tiny little frustration and the flame would not respond, So it's really beautiful, like how those commands, and also in real life when you're communicating with someone, only when it comes from this like deep state of peace and then firmness, it works. But if you're a tiny bit frustrated or something, usually it creates only friction. So it was really beautiful to see that, like, yeah.
It's a fine line, but sometimes you can use also force. Sometimes I got tired. It's not perfect, but it would work because I didn't know how to do it perfectly. So just be gentle and try. Try different ways. Try the gentle. Try to push a bit. We need to experiment with these things to discover them and make them ours. So it's a pendulum. We need to go and bring it to the center. Thank you. I think we've been
Greg,
talking
how
enough.
about just Greg, if you want to share any words before we go? Anything your heart wants to say?
Just gratitude for Sky, for you, for everyone, not just being here, but being here. It's wonderful. So that's it. Just gratitude. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for joining the Pulse today. And I felt this community's energy so strongly. I just want to say thank you so much, and take this out into the world today, like into your family, into the places and the people that you connect with, and really just keep breathing it in and nourish yourself. We all need to be nourished so that we can keep sharing love. And I feel called to say, drink a bunch of water today. Really drink a bunch of water today. Like, the more that you replenish the water inside of you, think about all the water that's helping to tame the fires and nourish the plants, and, really take that in today. So thank you, everyone. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you.
And bless your water also before to drink it. That works really well. with your voice. It works even better. I'm starting doing that now. It's amazing. ask your water what you want from her, and love her.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you so
everyone.
much.
Bye-bye.
Thanks so much.
Beautiful day.